Alright folks, time for one last quick update. There'll be more to come in the near future, but as far as these quick little updates, this is it. Celebration is now over. The closing ceremony has been held. We watched that live streamed from our hotel room because we decided to head back because everything was pretty much winding down. Interestingly, not nearly the bombastic ending that I would have expected. I guess I've never watched live streams or recordings of other previous closing ceremonies because it was basically just, good job, you guys. Love you fans, yeah, good job. Which is fine for a closing ceremony, but I guess I expected something else to it. But we got a chance to see the rest of it. We got a chance to see the end. And in the process of all of that, today was this last day. It's basically about individuals in many respects. It was basically just me and the rest of the team pretty much from Star Wars Report getting a chance to actually meet in some cases for the first time. So we got up, headed over to the convention center, paid our last $10 of parking, walked on over, and at noon was when Michael Morris had his panel. Michael Morris, who I do Cloud City Casino with over at StarWarsReport.com, and basically right before then, ran into Arnie Carvalho, which was cool. Hadn't seen Arnie in person in quite a while. I guess probably since he swung by my apartment back in the day on a trip back and forth to somewhere. So got a chance to see Arnie and say hello and that sort of thing. Then went into Michael's panel. It went very well. He brought a lot of humor to the panel. I think he was kind of like, I mean, it's kind of typical Michael, right? You hear on Cloud City Casino. I mean, regardless of what we're talking about, regardless of the professionalism involved in what we're talking about, it's basically just kind of, it feels like he's always kicked back and just BSing with somebody because he's got that that sort of delivery to him where it's just kind of like, regardless of what it is, it's just a conversation between friends kind of thing. It was a good one on exclusives, learned some interesting stuff. On the way out, got a couple of Star Tots, my first Star Tots ever. Had no idea what those were, but they were giving them away at the panel. And thankfully, they have sort of a section for family and friends for panelists in some cases, so we had a chance to actually have some decent seats to be able to sort of see what was going on. That or just the fact that we got there early. And then after that, we had a little bit of time to kill, grab some food real fast, or grab some food for me real fast. I just got a plain Nathan's hot dog. Word to the wise, if you're going to be at the convention center and you're going to get a Nathan's hot dog, get it inside the showroom with the long line, not outside, because outside you got no mustard. You have nothing you can put on it. It's just a plain dog, unless you order it with onions or something. They don't have any condiments at all for some reason on the outside stand. But whatever, decent dog. And we went on to the Star Wars Report live show on the podcast stage. It was basically, you had Riley Blanton, Bethany Blanton, and Bruce Gibson all up there along with the gentleman from Steel Wars, and my brain is losing his name because I got all these political names in my head from just watching the news. But the EW reporter, the Entertainment Weekly reporter who got to do a lot of the exclusive reveals and such, Brezhnekin, I believe is his name, throughout the convention was there to answer questions and take part in the discussion. And then, of course, as part of that, we also got together members of the team to be able to actually meet for the first time and support them doing the panel. So for the first time, I wound up meeting Teresa and Aaron from Bookworms and such. Got a chance to meet several members of the audience that had been around before. I got to meet Scott Hume for the first time. Before we did all of this on the show floor, briefly got to meet Jim Lahane for the first time. So just people that I've known for a while and hadn't had a chance to ever meet in person. Again, finally getting a chance to do that. In a lot of ways, this and getting books signed were the two things that I really came to Celebration for. What made me want to do it in the first place and made me propose to my wife, hey, do you want to maybe try this out? And for her to finally say, you know what, yeah, that does sound actually like a good idea. So we had the opportunity to meet some interesting people, people that in many cases we had known sort of a little bit before or known before but just never met in person. Got a chance to see Michael's panel. Didn't really do anything much on the show floor except for hop down there for just a second and take a look at a couple of things, and in the process meet up with Jim. We are now getting ready to head out of here. We'll be heading out tomorrow morning, heading back to the Atlanta area, and then my plan for further coverage and further sort of deconstructing what they refer to as unpackaging sometimes. of all this stuff from the convention, all the news and everything, much of which I've seen on streams and whatnot, will be basically covered in multiple formats. You can expect a celebration-focused episode, particularly on book, comic, and television series news on Star Wars Beyond the Film sometime soon. You can hear one about the Celebration experience in general, but especially gaming news and whatnot, and about Michael's panel a bit more very soon on Cloud City Casino. Both of those you can find at StarWarsReport.com. I will also be breaking it down, probably by theme, into different episodes of my vlog here on YouTube to give you a sense of that experience in general and show some of the things that I managed to pick up. And then, of course, if you follow the Facebook pages of the various projects, you might see pictures pop up. We didn't take a whole lot of pictures. I mean, I'm just not a picture-taking guy for some reason. And my wife just doesn't like them because she got enough of that back in the day. So, in essence, the coverage doesn't end here, but these live updates do, because now we've got to get packed up, get some sleep, and get the heck home, because we've been gone away for a few days. Ready to sort of get back into the groove of things. She'll have one day to just sort of relax and decompress before work. I'll be jumping straight in. In fact, as soon as we get back to the hotel tonight, I was putting about 180 grades in the system, because progress report grades are due at 8 a.m. tomorrow. But thankfully, my position allows me the flexibility to be here, still manage to do my job, and wouldn't say no one's the wiser, but no one is negatively impacted by it, and I think that was a particularly great thing. I mean, I would never have been able to do this if I hadn't had the opportunity to work where I work now, so in a sense, by hiring me, there's some thanks that belongs to the admin team over there. Anyway, so more updates soon, not in this form, but more episodes dealing with Celebration content, and certainly if you're one of those folks who've been following, who I picked up books for, who made that request at one point, don't worry, they'll be on the way just as soon as I get back and get time to pack up whatever it is that I picked up for you. Thank you all for watching these updates. Again, to answer the question, and I'll answer it again in the vlog, would I do another celebration? After the first day, I would have said no. Now I would say I could be convinced, but the things that I really like to do from it are less about the convention and more about the camaraderie, and about, in some cases, signings. Sign things are something that you can still come by otherwise, and you can find other opportunities to meet people, and the question comes down to how many times you need to meet the same people. So in that sense, really, it's going to be a question of money, time, and place. And no, they did not announce where the next celebration is going to be. So, for now, I'm assuming this is probably my only celebration, if not at least my only celebration for quite a few years to come. I think it's kind of burnt out. I know that for my wife and I, together going to one, it's probably going to be the last one, just because the next time we go somewhere far away together, probably make it something like a beach somewhere, or go to Disney, because we just couldn't afford to do all that here on the same trip. So maybe another celebration, maybe not, probably not, but don't give up hope, I suppose. And more coverage coming on those various outlets very soon. Again, StarWarsReport.com and this YouTube channel. Thanks.